Okay, gonna be playing some of the SCG Open deck lists today. The ones that did really well there, the top 8 decks and such. This one's a really sweet one. It's one I've been really wanting to try out. It's an Esper Midrange deck. I believe played by Wyatt Darby. It's built around Hero of Precinct One. So we have as many gold cards as we can. Like, the only other mono-color cards in the main deck are Lyras. And then you just have a million gold cards to trigger this. Lots of, like, powerful threats, some card advantage, some, like, answers stapled onto gold cards. You also get your value of the heroes. Seems really sweet. Seems like it should grind down our opponents really nicely. So, let's get into these games. Want to spoil any other goodies I have in store for you today, lassie? I haven't actually settled on decks 100%. I'm kind of like open to playing any of the ones that did well. I'd like to play some bug midrange, kind of, except I'm scared of the mirrors. What else did well? I really want to play the Bant Flash deck. The Bant Flash deck seems like a treat, even if it has some questionable card inclusions. I also think the Drake's deck just seems really good. But obviously doesn't have as many, like, exciting new goodies as some of the other decks do. This is way too many lands. I know I don't mulligan, but this is definitely a mulligan. This is great, though. Hero into free drop. Either, like, a good answer or a really powerful threat. The Sultai Mirror, yeah, the Sultai Mirror seems atrocious, Lurch. You are quite correct. Opponent on the multiple strat. Jeez. The Bant Flash deck is hella nice. I can believe it, Bobbin. Deck seems excellent. I'll definitely keep this on top. Keeping basically any spell on top here. We found a reason not to play Nexus of Fate. I'm taking a break from the Nexus of Fates. We'll see how I feel about it. But I can't promise we won't be back on them soon enough. Hey, Imogen. Alright, get my hero down. I do, in fact, need a hero. Nexus of Break. Oh my god. Oh my god, lassie. Basic Island Concede. Basic Island Concede. So we're putting them on, like, mono blue or maybe like a Drake's deck or something. I kind of want to bring in the Duresses anyway against the basic island. I kind of assume Lyra is, like, probably not exciting against basic island. The easy game, the easiest. You just reckon mono blue? I'm not sure I can make quite that hard a pool. Maybe I should just board an order removal, but yeah, mono. They also mod the 4 though, Imogen. Lyra's so good versus Drakes and mono blue. Yeah. I guess the chance that they're on a controlling slower deck isn't that high. What cards are bad against those decks though? It was a mod 4 exactly. This is why they kept a 1-lander. I guess the Dovin might be bad against mono blue and Drakes. It's just, like, kinda clunky. Sideboard too much thinking. I'm just gonna board in this for now. I think there's a chance we'll end up boarding in more removal for game 3. If there's a game 3. Depending on what they're on. If they're on mono blue, we definitely want to just, like, go overboard on removal probably. Although the sacrifice effects aren't great against mono blue, so this is so close. So close to good. If this had a white source, it would be absurd. Perfect mana base. Is it bad that I almost want to keep this? You got a Duress, then a Discovery to, like, dig for a white source. We're on the draw too, so we had, like, a couple draws at a white source. This might be a sketcher. I'm casting this for a while, but Hey there, friend. I would like to take your Curious Obsession. Or one of those cards that totally do something. I think it's just the Essence Capture. Gives them a counter. I feel like the Spell Pierce is not terribly impactful. It's just going to counter my Discovery, which is like whatever. The Dive Down's like also not impactful. Because they, like, it's just like redundant with these. If they want to dive down to stop a hostage taker trigger, that's fine. I'm just going to take the Essence Capture. Make sure my threat resolves. Make sure my hostage taker resolves. Force them to use a dive down. Awkward. That was in fact not the greatest draw step I've ever had. I'm gonna Spell Pierce this. Nope. Yeah. We'll find white mana eventually, I'm sure. Hey there, Dokamoy. Good to see you. Yeah, this is Wyatt's deck. It seems sweet. Oh, I should open Deckmaster. Hey, I remembered before anyone reminded me. I'm disappointed in y'all. Y'all forgot to remind me. I say whilst I wait for Deckmaster to load. Okay, let's just fire off another Discovery. Desperately look for this white mana source. So I can keep playing Magic here. Hey, both of these are great. Both of these are just swell. Very easy top. You're sorry? You better be. Not reminding me about Deckmaster. How will I cope? How will I continue? Alright, I guess I just fire off the Hostage Taker. My white mana is such a premium though. I kind of want to play a white spell. Like, just play the Deputy. It still blocks the Trickster. I know, I don't want to use it. I think I'm just using this because it's a 4 mana spell. I'm just going to hope to draw another white source so I can start multi-spelling. This is my literal second game. I don't know if this counts as the second game though. The first game ended on turn 1, so you know. But I have not played many games with this list. Is roughly what I'm trying to say. Dokamoy! Didn't want to step on all the toes of my new mods. Hostage Taker's fine because it gets the dive down out of their hand and then it blocks the Trickster. Like, the fact it stops the Trickster being able to attack us is really huge, I think. Alright, I kind of want to go Hero plus Discovery. Because then I start making tokens off all these gold spells, which is really nice. Like, this seems decent to me. Start spewing out 1/1s. If they want to trade a Spell Pierce with this, I don't really care. Hey, there's the white source and another removal spell. This is perfect. So we can keep the white source, and now next turn we can even double spell. Start disassembling their board. How do they ever beat this deck? Hostage Taker and Deputy of Detention just both seem absurd against them. Like, I guess they've had a really weak draw. They haven't had a Curious Obsession, but... Or like a Tempest Djinn to protect. But still... Yeah, this seems rough for them, maybe. could also just play this Bell-Haunt so I don't take 2 of my Shockland. And then play the other, and then double spell next turn. Also seems fine. Save myself some life here. Alright, take your island. I believe I can now attack with my hostage taker. Yeah, definitely attacking with a pirate. Quite happily. Because we got the 3/4 to block with. Mono blue a real deck. Mono blue is sweet. It's also just like not great. I want to use this first because we know they have the Spell Pierce in their hand. I know it's the instant speed removal spell, but not getting Spell Pierced sounds pretty nice. This deck is great. Like, every card is a flame. Oh my god. That plays so well around my Deputy. Jeez. Alright. I didn't consider that. I still just wanted to play around the Spell Pierce, though. Now I can take the Siren Storm Tamer. And we can just hope they don't draw another protection spell for this next turn. Or a counter spell. Boop. Obviously, if they do draw one of those, and then draw an island the turn afterwards, we could die here, but if they don't, this is pretty absurd for us. Almost in it, almost. What if I attack all, they eat a 1/1, and then eat my 3/4, and only take 5? Kinda doesn't seem worth it. Quite yet. As long as they don't draw a counterspell or a dive down. I guess Essence Capture would actually kill me. Because it would put a counter on this, then that would be 5, then 6. Alright, please don't have specifically Essence Capture. There are other things that are good, but Essence Capture is the one that's like standalone lethal, no matter what. Sick. Are you saying that the double detention sphere hostage taker draw was too much, opponent? Is that what you're saying? Too many Flame Tongue Kavus? That was pretty nice, Hades. There was a pause, but they didn't cast their spell. I'm curious about that. Maybe it was like a Merfolk Trickster or something. Ooh, worst player ever. That's encouraging. Hopefully it's not a devious bluff. I think I meant to keep this. We draw any Shockland in the first couple draws, and this hand is kind of absurd. Like, it's basically the dream hand, except the mana base is awkward. You hear about this player all the time as a judge. I can imagine. I can imagine. Eep. Alert. Alert. This is when not being on the super draw would be helpful. God, I want to get the hero going, but a bit of me just feels like I need to Thought Erasure this turn. I think I do just need to Thought Erasure to play it safe. Wow, the hand sucks. Sick. I'm happy I didn't play the hero into their pile of shocks. like, fine. I've already got one in hand. I kind of want to ditch it and find some hostage takers. Or more removal. Yeah, that hand is not ideal for them. Must be said. Oh, they drew a Crackling Drake? Please, okay, thank God. Did not draw a Crackling Drake. They're just trying to kill me. I would like you to introduce you to my friend, Seraph of the Scales. This eminently beatable magic card. That one's pretty good too. I really want to take the Crackling Drake, except then if they kill my hostage taker, they get it back. And I guess taking the Enigma Drake is probably good enough. I'm saving the hero for when we draw a 5th land, because then we can double spell and start making tokens. Alright, I'm pretty sure I just have to cast removal this turn. To save the hostage taker. Yeah, I could do that, Prometheus. That is fair. I think this is fine. So... oh, we get an attack in? That's true. The damage is nice. This Seraph of the Scales is so obnoxious. It's kind of unreal. I mean, if they ever draw a Lava Coil, then, you know, that's sad times, but... jeez. I kind of want to cast the Enigma Drake, so they can't kill my hostage taker to get it back. And then we can worry about the Crackling Drake next turn. Even get a token off the hero. Oh, this is great. I'm so happy right now. This deck makes me feel things. Strong magic card. I guess I just have to keep answering that garbage. Hey there, Sadie. Good to see you. Just cast another 3 mana thing. I get an attack, then give this vigilance and swing. Alright. So Mortify would grow my Drake. I don't know if that's relevant at all. It's also my instant speed interaction, so I'm not like too interested in using it up. I think I'm just going to use the Deputy. Oh my god, Imogen. Alright, we definitely want to take this one. So if they kill the Deputy and there's a Drake under it, they draw another card. Ooh, strong magic going on there. That's amazing, Imogen, jeez. Just like, literally every single one. That makes me so weirdly happy. Take it. Tasteful. 4 whole damage. This Seraph of the Scales has looked amazing. I am like so... no, we're so dead. Oh, this is going downhill. Alright, I get to Mortify one of those. I guess, like, Dovin minusing keeps another one at bay. We've got this Enigma Drake to chump this time. So we are alive, but it's a bit scary. This Bell-Haunt feels really slow in this matchup. Must be said. Land top deck. Yeah, land top deck is nice. Alright. like to kill your enigmatic Drake, please. It's so awkward taking 2 to play the Dovin. I guess we then gain a life though, so it's fine. I guess we then gain a life off the Dovin, so it's actually fine. Because we got back up to 6, the Terramon doesn't kill in 1 hit. Alright, I think I need to minus. Make a Thopter to block with. I can get in some attacks. And they're dead next turn. We need to, like, fade some absurd combination of spells here. Oh my god, Sadie, that's incredible. That's actually amazing. It's almost like signaling works. It's almost like signaling works, huh? The Bell-Haunts seem kind of garbage in this matchup. Eldest Reborn seems insane. Consecrate seems, or Consume seems insane. Hey there, Gatekeeper. Right, we want the cast down too. I don't think Moment of Craving is good enough. Because once they can grow their Terramonders, it like goes offline. I think Duress seems decent. Maybe Contempt. Contempt is like expensive, but it's also probably fine. We probably just want as much removal as possible, realistically, right? So I need to cut 6 more cards. Maybe it's just all of the Bell-Haunts. They just seem like our worst 4 in this matchup by a lot. I worry that Thief dies to shock really badly and gets blocked really well. So I kind of want to cut those 2. I need to cut 1 more card. Maybe just Discovery because it's slow. Hey, that's all. Great to see you. I'm doing really well, thank you. Having a very good day so far. Oh my god, love Jane. Wow, this sound is nice. Duress into Hero into Stream of Removal. Kind of perfect. Alright. Just fire this off. See what's going on over there. Okay, I want to take the shock, right? So that I can land the hero. I worry that the Discovery just like finds another removal spell. Oh wow, I did not realize that, Imogen. That's so strange. Jeez. You know 4 MB judges of Spirit? I feel like I don't know that many. But I also just don't know that many judges, which probably doesn't help the matter. Despite my Discord being like mono judges sometimes. Either of these are fine cards to take. This kills the hero, but this like gives them something to do next turn. I think of this being our only threat. I'm just going to take the shock though. Hope that they can't find another removal spell. If we untap with the hero, we're just in such a great position. So... it feels like everyone in the Discord is a judge, but... I know Imogen and Phil are... And there's been like a couple other people talking with them about judgy things. And Cambo. Alright. We didn't come here not to cast removal spells every turn for the rest of the game. with our young Pyromancer in play. Oh yeah, Jackal Goers. Yep. 100%. I still can't figure out who Minnow Mellow is, by the way, Phil. I know there's someone I've probably interacted with IRL a bunch, but I just can't figure out who. I have literal zero idea. Am I just meant to consume the Drake? It lets me start getting another attack. If I cast the Seraph and it gets Lava Coiled, that's just like such a bad swing for me. Oh, I did not realize that, Imogen. Huh. I have definitely met them. So many Drakes. So many Drakes. Ah. Right. I guess I'm just casting the Seraph and saying go. Okay. How close are they to Terramandering? They can Terramander next turn, so I kind of need to have Death Touch up. Alright. I buy it. Auto Tapper trying to get rid of my Death Touch, I know, right? Trying its hardest. Trying its hardest. No, stop! Stop with the cantripping threats. They're so rude. Jeez. Such 2-for-1s. I say, whilst every spell I cast gives me a token for the rest of the game. That's fair, Lord. That's fair. It is definitely like a bit clunky in that regard, but I am enjoying it a lot so far. I really don't want to use up my black mana if I can help it. With a Mortify in hand and a Death Toucher in play. Or, oh my god, thank you, gifting that sub to Asperia. Thank you for making Asperia a Knight of Autumn. Everyone get some love in chat. Like, both of these are kind of great. I kind of want to take the Thought Erasure and just like set up my Lyra for next turn. Clear the way. Oh dear god. There are so many of them. Too many Drakes. It's basically conscription. Oh my god. Asperia gets +10/+10 and Annihilator too. We're not gonna get a token. Such a tilt. I guess I still just cast her though. It's gonna be real hard for them to ever attack us. Lyra has so little value, just a moat. That's all she is. Not like the tokens are great on this board. It's true. Gonna be a while here, you know? Gonna be a while. Did they tap my black source again? I guess that's fine. I'm just gonna attack with the Lyra. Wait, what? This is an angel? Oh my god! Oh my god! I should have attacked with this. I'm so silly. I just don't know what my cards do. Jeez. Alright, I'm not gonna give it Vigilance, because I want to be able to Mortify plus Death Touch, potentially. Just like... This is so absurd. I don't know if I'm meant to attack with both my angels there. I'm like a bit too scared. Maybe I shouldn't be. Seraph is a type... I mean, I know Seraph is a type of angel. It just took me a moment to realize the synergy with Lyra. It's like so weird to me that Lyra's flavor text is actually like super relevant. Why didn't they adapt? Good question. Vigilance. Maybe they want to hold open like a dive down. That's why they didn't adapt. I could like almost attack with everything. Oh, Phil. Thanks for gifting that subbed. Definitely guilty. Appreciate you. Welcome back. Definitely guilty. No, my Lyra! Not like this. Worst timeline. First strike on Lyra is pretty gas. It's true. So first strike's gonna eat a 3-4. Even if I mortify a 3-4, the final 3-4 kills Lyra. So I guess I just let this all happen and take my 2-for-1. Continue gaining a bunch of life. And then like, my Hero of Precinct One tokens probably kill them next turn, honestly. Because our board is going so wide, and we get 2 more tokens this turn. Resolves. Oh my god, Imogen. That is definitely one of the many joys of such an occasion. No. Is it better to kill the Enigma Drake? What advantage does the Enigma Drake have? I think the Crackling Drake is slightly better because of spells that they exile from their yard. If they exile a spell from their yard, then we want them to have the smaller Drake. Yeah, I believe so, C-Sparks. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Resolves. Deal. Show me your 1-mana Fiery Cannonade. Hero of Precinct One is kinda gas. The game just went long, and then this happened. I probably missed a bunch of attacks the Angels do that game. Could probably have been more aggressive if I knew the text on my cards. Oh, Deputy takes all of the same name. No, you're right, Amy. You're right. That's probably more relevant, actually. I didn't think of that at all. Alright, we'll be back to this in a moment. I'm just... can't control myself. Need to open this pack. Blood Crypt. Nice, nice. I need to refine my event. Yeah, then they draw 2 cards off their like lava coil or lightning strike. It's interesting. I'm not quite sure. It's like a lot of risk to take 2 Crackling Drakes like that for that reason. Although if you were to take 2 Crackling Drakes in that situation, they'd probably just die to our board. Well, we're never casting this card, but this seems like a pretty easy keep. A Lily Mew, A Lily Snub, A Lily Y, A Lily Simic. Hey, we can cast our spells. What a pleasure. Ooh. Against the Steam Vents, I'm like a bit worried about this one just getting shocked to oblivion. I guess I'm meant to keep it, but I'm nervous. Mew is off screen slightly. Interesting. I think that's just my camera for Arena being slightly smaller. Just about nudge her on screen there. Alright, hopefully they think we're on a control deck. And they've like... They did not bin a shock. Just don't answer my Thief of Sanity, please, opponent. Let my Thief of Sanity hit you. Be kind. We need an A-Lily turns. Well, I'd love to cast this Thief and just force them to have another removal spell. I almost want to do that. Resolving the Bell-Haunt is really nice. Because it uses our mana so well. But we've already asked the question to them once. I kind of just want to keep asking it. If they ever fail to answer this question, we get to take over the game with our Thief. Yeah, like now they play a Drake, we Mortify it, we hit them. That's just like an absurd turn. Boop. Ooh, we can get a Crackling Drake of our own. How delightful. Or we can make another Thief of Sanity. This is currently a 4/4 though. It's pretty nice. I think I'm just taking the Crackling Drake. I think that sounds great to me. Can't guarantee that we'll get an attack trigger in anytime soon. Yeah, Protean Raider is very spicy. Oh, both of these are just great, right? We have a bunch of gold spells left. The hero lets us multi-spell. The deputy clears a Drake out the way as well, so that we can potentially hit them with the Thief again next turn. So I want both of these. It's like never putting a card to the yard with these dig spells. Oh, Terramander, yeah. Terramander's a good shout. Terramander makes Charter Course way better too, right? Not if it's hidden. I think it's only if you can see it that it pumps the Drake, Prometheus. I'm pretty sure that's the case, and we have a million resident judges that can confirm or deny it. This is scary. They could obviously just kill my deputy, but I assume they would have killed the Thief of Sanity by now if they had a lava coil. I guess maybe they could have a shock. Dive down, sure. This is fine. Our board is pretty threatening. They can't really afford to attack us very much. Yeah, Excel's face down, exactly. So, doesn't pump the Drake. That's what I figured was the case. Ugh. That card's not very beatable. Alright, well I guess I just need to dig for removal here. With my crackling Drake. It's kind of like removal-ish. I am really worried about this card taking over the game. Search for Scanter seems very problematic. Oh, that makes sense, Replenish, which made it more exciting than it actually would have been, for sure. I still think it's better than Protean Raider even then, but... Huh? Yeah. How do we beat this Niv Mizzet? Can we, in fact, beat this Niv Mizzet? This matchup felt pretty good for us last match when we just drew mono removal. But our creatures feel kind of mopey against them sometimes. Hope we win games 2 and 3. It's kind of where I'm at right now. We need to go through them. I don't believe we can go through them. I believe if we attack with our team, we dump 2 of our creatures in our graveyard. And we get in for like 7 damage. And then they untap and kill the rest of our team. Is like roughly what seems like it would happen. Get to board in a bunch more removal though. We get to board in the Edicts too. The Edicts are absurd against them. Like normally that does something against Niv Mizzet, but I kind of feel like I just need to dig for a hostage taker and hope they don't have another dive down. Alright. Yep. Do your worst. Uh-huh. Help me, hostage taker, you're my only hope. We need to find a hostage taker and hope this never finds a lava coil. Huh? Gross. Alright. Pay for my discovery. On a scale of 1 to 10, how dead are we at right now? It's not feeling great for us. Neither of these cards do anything. Yep. Strong. Strong. I'm like a little tempted to concede. I don't know quite what I need to have go right for me to possibly win this, at the very least. Yeet. Disconnection on the opponent's part. Yeah. I don't know, they beat through like 3 dive downs. You'd have conceded this already. Mill them out, oh my god. Death by Niv Mizzet. I think what's actually going to happen is they're going to cast an instant kill this and attack us to death. So, like, ping down some tokens on their turn. I'm pretty happy to move on. I accept our fate. Alright, so we get a cast down, we get some Duress, we get some Edicts, we get an Eldest Reborn. Maybe the Vraska's Contempts, they're like a bit expensive, but they could be good. I think Bell-Haunts are like pretty bad here. They're just very slow and end up taking cards that don't matter. All the expensive stuff left in the deck is great. I think Thief of Sanity again just sucks against Shock. Maybe it's fine, but I'm not excited about it. I'm not the biggest fan of Dovin here either. It seems good against specifically Crackling Drake, but I don't think it does anything against the rest of their cards is the problem. Like, what other cards does it hit but Crackling Drake? Yeah, Shock is so busted against this card. It's gross. Hey there, Dedachak. Great to see you. Glad you managed to catch some of the stream. It hits Niv. Niv is a legal target for Disdainful Stroke. I will grant you that. Oh my god. If you were to ask your judge if you could Disdainful Stroke and Niv Mizzet, they would say yes. Guess this is a keep. We'd like try and scry towards something cheap. Oh, you know Dedachak too, Amy? Awesome. I didn't realize that. Judges are some of the most sarcastic people you know. I mean, like, saying that you can Disdainful Stroke a Niv Mizzet is, like, literally true, though. It's not even sarcasm. Alright. Well, we're not doing anything exciting this turn. But if they don't play a Drake next turn, we get to land our Angel, and if they do, we can start just, like, slogging through the Drakes, potentially. Making some 1/1s. Die into some Search for Ascanters. Yeah. 1 card. Please no Shock. Don't do it. Don't do it, opponent. Have a heart. Maybe they're saving the Shock because they're scared of Thief of Sanity. Yeah, I wanted to cast this pre-combat in case they change their mind when I attack them. Okay. This kind of depends who's asking the question as to how sarcastic you are. Look at the value token. Like, it's actually legitimately good. Dovin. I don't know how much of a joke that is, but like, this token is actually legitimately quite nice. I'm happy with it anyway. Maybe they bought. No, they just cast a Shock Gatekeeper. I think they were holding on onto the Shock and not killing the hero because they were scared of Thief even, which makes boarding out the Thief look really good if they're gonna play around it a bunch and be scared of it. Ooh, I get to fire off this and then play my Dovin. I do, Optimus, that is true. Okay, Seraph dies, I get 2 1/1s though. They're at 4 cards in yard. Huh? It's pretty good. I'm even happier I boarded out Thief now. Slight issue is that they're really close to flipping this as Scanter. I don't know that I can beat that. How am I liking the Seraph? The Seraph has been amazing, Gatekeeper. It's been so good. Maybe I am just doing this. I don't know that I can beat this flipping. Whereas I eat a card from their yard, and then next turn I can mortify this. That's really slow. Is my one concern, but I think I kind of want to do it. I think we just like don't have enough of a clock right now to actually be able to beat the Ascanta unless we stop it. Messes with their Terramanders, it's true. It's like a little value for sure. I assume that they should have. Those cards do not seem particularly poor by any means. Alright. They milled the shocks. They have a mystery card. I want to do this now. Right? Because if I wait till their upkeep, they get a trigger. They get some value off that. Just like sniping this seems, before they get the trigger, seems worth it. Sick. Now they don't. Now they have like a spell pierce that we can play around. Nothing else really going on. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot now, Optimus. Now that the search is gone. I'm kind of happy we like slowed ourselves down a bit to deal with that. I think it's gonna work out really nicely. Oh my god, Arena. Arena, what are you doing to me? Let me cast my spell and have blue mana up. Mortify is great. Mortify's been like really overperforming, right? I wasn't expecting it to be as good in Standard as it is. Like, I feel like last time it was in Standard, it was like fine and saw a bit of play. Whereas now everyone just wants to play 4 copies. Yeah, every deck has great enchantments, exactly. Like having a spell that can hit your opponent's Wilderness Reclamation and yet not be dead against like mono red or mid-range is really nice. Alright. Neither of us are doing anything. This is slightly awkward. This is like the tiniest bit awkward. Guess we're just gonna continue not doing anything. $12-turn clock, 10-turn clock now. Closing in. Ooh, that's kind of strong. Basically a divination. Get rid of that spell pierce. Yep. I need them not to find too many Drakes or another Ascanta. I guess Ascanta we can Deputy, but then they just kill our Deputy. Dovin was OP. We have 2 cards in hand. I'm so terrified that one of them might just be a Niv Mizzet, and then the game might end. I don't really think I can beat this very easily. Like, I have an edict for it, but they get to draw a bunch of extra cards here with the triggers. And kill my Thopter. It's impressed me, like, the Drake's deck still seems so solid. Even with all the new cards around. Dive Down and Spell Pierce don't protect here at least, that is true. We have that going for us. So, like, the Niv Mizzet should die, but them drawing cards is still really rough. I wonder if they boarded out a bunch of Drakes. It feels like they might have, right? Because they've been so threat-light this game. They might have boarded out the Enigma Drakes and the Terramonders and just have, like, the Crackling Drakes and Niv Mizzets. Alright, I'm just gonna pass the turn, save this for a Drake, but I am worried that they've just, like, boarded them all out. Or boarded down on them a lot. And they're just all in on Niv Miz. Since we have so much removal, and Niv Miz is much better against removal. Maybe I was meant to board in the Karn. Like, if I know that this is their sideboard card, sideboard plan, I think I meant to board in Karn, right? Just to grind, just to, like, draw some cards. Hold on to Deputy to get a second in case they cast both of them. That's incredible, C-Sparks. That's like my favorite line. Oh my god. The white yeah, Prometheus. That card seems awesome. What's it called? Profane Procession? I could see playing a Profane Procession. How do they ever, like, how did they ever beat a Profane Procession, honestly? They're, like, blue-red deck. I might have to try that card out if we put more time into this deck. That card sounds great. Karn is rough versus the Spell Pierce deck, that's fair. But it's so good against their, like, control the game plan that they've, like, turned into post-board. Crisis meta. Yeah. Profane Processioning a Crisis isn't the best place to be. They do have at least one Drake left down. Alright, I'm gonna take a draw step, and then we might be scooping. This Elder Dragon has been an issue. Alright, don't have a dive down. Somehow. Please don't have a dive down. Have a heart. No. Grump. Grump, 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 grump. Drakeless Drakes no more. It's weird that people brought in Unmoored Ego against Crisis. Like, I kind of get it. Apparently it just, like, destroys the Crisis mirrors, Prometheus. But it's so surreal that we're, like, actually in that world where that's a thing. We did say please. We said please, like, really nicely, too. It's so rude of them. Unmoored Ego's insane in the Crisis mirror, yeah. It's so weird, though, that that's a thing. Like, everything we've been taught that says that that's just wrong. And yet, for some reason, it's what people are doing, and is, like, actually correct. Weird life. Unmoored Ego just makes you miss Slaughter games. So, this is really embarrassing. The first deck I ever wanted to build. I might just take a moment to resolve this Thought Erasure before going on anecdotes. So we can't beat Teferi, and we can't beat Precognitive Perception. So those are issues. What do I take? I kind of wanted to take the Perception, because at least to Fairy we can like try and remove. I don't know how we ever beat this card. You think we just take the Teferi? Yeah, they have a Negate as well to protect the Teferi. The Teferi is just never dying. I feel like this card is basically unbeatable for us, but I think I agree, we just have to take the Teferi here. Hope to draw into some Bell-Haunts to let us grind against this card. So the first deck I ever wanted to build was, my boyfriend at the time, like, introduced me to Magic, and we played some games and stuff. And then, in the course of, like, the first week playing, he, like, handed me some standard decks for us to play against each other, and that was fun. And I saw the card Slaughter Games and, like, the sideboard of one of these standard decks. And I decided that what I wanted to make, which he very rapidly attempted to talk me out of and convince me was a terrible idea, was I wanted to make a deck where you play 4 copies of Slaughter Games and 4 copies of Chandra, the Chandra that can double cast things, and just try and double cast Slaughter Games to take all the relevant cards out of my opponent's deck. Apparently this is not a viable strategy. I was told. And is it any surprise I play lands in control? What do I even do here? This Deputy seems garbage here. Do I just cast it as a 1/3, or do I, like, save it for a Teferi? I feel like I need to pressure them at some point, but I also don't feel like a 1/3 is any pressure, so I should just pass the turn. And save it for, like, a Searcher's Canter or something. You made it to try and made the deck with Sadistic Sacrament. That card's kind of delightful, though. It made me really happy every time I heard about a player, like, stopping themselves from decking out with Sadistic Sacrament. Just, like, complete nonsense. Ooh, that's a good card. Oh, they have a Negate, though. So we, like, Thought Erasure them and they just negate it. There's no world in which they let this resolve is the problem. So I don't think there's any point in casting it. At least next turn we can cast it, and then they cast their Perception and we get to take their best card, which is something. So I should just pass the turn here. They could main phase the draw 3, that's true. Even then though, we'd still get to resolve the Thought Erasure. Alright, do this now. So, like, if they want to negate this, they don't get to fire off the Perception this turn. Makes them use up a bunch of their mana next turn. That is the ideal way to learn Sea Sparks for sure. Like, the person who taught me was my boyfriend at the time. It's like a pretty ideal environment to learn in. This is a yikes. It's kind of a yikes. It's like a little bit of a yikes. It's certainly at least yikes adjacent. This map, like, at least pre-board, this feels horrific. We have all this dead removal, whereas all that removal is live, and then they just have better card advantage than us, too. I can't imagine that this is... Like, I guess, like, post-board it's probably a lot better, but, Pre-board feels awkward. This is one of the decks I really want to try out later too. I think some sort of Esper control deck seems really strong. Definitely want to give it a try. Just like the card advantage in that deck is so absurd. And they basically can answer anything now with the new Seraph in the deck. You didn't realize lands.deck was a standard deck. We're working on it, Donut. We're working on it. I could make a 1-1 with my Deputy. I guess what else is the Deputy doing? I'm just worried that I cast this, then they Seraph me, but the hero on its own isn't actually threatening. And it feels like they're just never gonna actually cast something for us, the Deputy here. I say as they cast a Teferi.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Yep. Your very first sanctioned match was against Academy. Yikes, Okamoy. Wow. That's like a little bit horrifying. Why did you want to keep playing Magic? To be fair, Academy is like an incredibly elegant deck. Like, they had one of those things where you could play like a bunch of the old decks on Magic Online against each other, and I got given Academy because I'm incredibly lucky, and it's such a treat to go off with. It's like such a beautiful bit of deck making. It's okay, Donut. I appreciate the bad jokes. Alright, I'm willing to concede. They're gonna flip the Riscanto with a Teferi in play. I guess they might not have the Wrath. That feels really unlikely though. They have like a couple, they have like 3 search Riscanto activations to find it. I kind of just want to move on. Bring in our infinite sideboard cards. Lyra seems terrible. They might build in their own Thief of Sanities. That might be a thing. I think we'll figure something out to do if they do that, and they're not guaranteed to do that. By any means. I guess we want Eldest Reborn too, because it hits Teferi. Wouldn't mind a couple Mortifies because of Search Riscanto, but it's not great otherwise. And maybe take out a Seraph. Alright, this seems reasonable. Let's try this. Got a lot more card advantage in the deck, got some more discard, some counter magic. So we should be able to like just have more relevant spells against what they're doing now. Hey Paul, great to see you. You can't remember what your first Sanction game was, but you do know... Oh, I know what my first Sanction game was. I borrowed Turbo Fog off Mike. It was Bant Turbo Fog with Otherworld Atlas as the win con. So you deck your opponent with Otherworld Atlas, but during the course of doing this, you'd reshuffle your graveyard into your deck with either Elixir of Immortality or Archangel's Light. And I played against Guy Baldwin, who was playing a Omniscience Enter the Infinite deck with Lab Maniac, and he drew his whole deck with Enter the Infinite, then like drew the final card, cast the Lab Maniac, and then in response to the Lab Maniac being on the stack, I made him draw cards with the Otherworld Atlas. And I felt so proud. It made me so happy. That was my literal first Sanction match. Yeah, I know who I am, Dokomoe. I like casting fogs, okay? They make me happy. Hero Mirror, no, they're on Esper control. I guess we have Duress, so maybe we want to go Glacial Fortress. So I can cast the Duress here. If I find one. Get rid of both. We might need a second black source at some point, but we'll probably draw into one sooner or later. Pretty happy just to get rid of that. I think I went like 2 and 2 in my first FNM with Turbo Fog. Wow, brutal. Never mind. Everything's fine. Right back where we were. Every single one of these, just getting rid of 2 lands. It's perfect. Oh my god, Dovin. I guess I was meant to play this, but... yeah... It's a little brutal, Amy. It's a little brutal. It does mean it's basically Ancestral Dokomoe. Can confirm. Come on, Arena. I believe in your ability to tap my mana correctly. Alright. Awkward. Believing in auto tapper is a very dangerous game. This matchup looked bad when Darby played it. It feels pretty rough, I'm not gonna lie. It feels like all their cards just... they just have so much card advantage against us, which is really problematic. Like, cards like Chemist's Insight and Precognitive Perception just outgrind us really well. Like, we don't have any sort of raw card advantage like that. The Wraths are very good. But like this is a deck that wants to go really wide with Hero, right? And Wrath is just like very good against that game plan. Hey, this is a nice one. Okay. I could wait for a discard spell, I guess. They almost certainly have a counter spell in hand. We have like a bunch of discard. Alright, I'm just gonna pass the turn. I feel like this just gets countered if I cast this. It's totally resolving. I enjoy the optimism, Prometheus. I'm not sure I'm on the same page there. Oh wow, you were right, it was totally resolving. Prometheus was right all along. You wonder if a Johnny would be a better sideboard card than Karn for this? I think I prefer Karn. I'm not like 100% on that though. I kind of just like drawing cards against that deck. I feel like if we've managed to like stick a hero, we're like already in a decent position against them. Alright, they're refusing to play the planes. Because they want to have something to discard to the Bell-Haunt, so I'm just going to go ahead and cast this. And then I could play the Thief, but then it just gets mortified, so I think I can wait on the Thief. Because I could draw a discard spell to clear the way. Make sure it doesn't die. If they want to use a removal spell on the Bell-Haunt, I'm very okay with that. Let's keep passing the turn here. Strong. That is a magic card. Alright, alright. Can maybe beat that score on that. Possibly. It's gonna be tricky. We've lost our Eldest Reborn, so ugh. Weirdly, that one actually seems harder to beat. Committing to being the beatdown or outgrinding them. I mean, you can like accept that you're a smaller version of their deck whilst not being like outright the beatdown. Maybe. I just worry like what happens if I mortify this. I feel like it's gonna be so hard to deal with this chromium. Is my concern. Like, I can Contempt this to buy a turn and get a Mortify out of hand. If I cast this, it just dies. I'm gonna pass the turn. I guess I want to do this on that upkeep before they draw potentially a land. That was not ideal. It's fine though. Hopefully we're not punished. Punished. Okay. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference here. Chromium is quite the magic card. I guess I want to fire this off now. I can use this Surveil trigger to find something good. There's no reason to hold this for that reason. This is really good, right? It takes a card out of their hand, so it takes like a Chromium Shield. Yeah. I think the Bell-Haunt is like really nice. Makes it hard for them to attack. Oh, make them take a block and then try and Doomblade post damage? Huh. Yeah, that does sound better, Bobbin. Would they have actually blocked, do you think? I feel like that's a really scary block for them to make. Maybe they just have to. That's fair, Bobbin, that's fair. Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think you're right. Ooh, they only have one card left in hand. What? They discarded a Mortify, so the final card must be good. I'm still just going to cast this though. Alright, cast my Thought Erasure. Keep your hand under control. Dang. So we don't get to take a card and they get to keep a Chromium Shield. Ooh. I guess this just dies to the chromium. But it draws us a card and like forces them to attack, so then our Bell-Haunts get to attack them. So it's still like pretty reasonable.
The choices we make reveal who we are.
Saves us 7 life, yep. Also pretty relevant. Now we get to attack them to like 8 potentially if they don't have a removal spell. Eep, 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 eep. Four mana, gain 7 life, draw a card. Sounds okay. Yeah, I don't know that it's going to be good enough here though. The Iscanta flipping is a real big issue. Because they get to just like start digging for absorbs every turn now. This game became all about a chromium in a hurry. It really did. I think every Esper list is meant to play this card. I've seen like some Esper lists not play chromium, and chromium is just terrifying, Lurch. Chromium like warps games. Speaking of cards that our deck could play in the sideboard, for sure. I really want to play the Esper control deck at some point later. I don't think it's going to be the next one I play, so I kind of want to try out a different color combo next, but it seems so good.
This isn't a fight you can win.
If everyone's on this kind of mid-range nonsense. That is fair, Imogen. I've had them tap out for a chromium before, and then die. When I'm on Teamer Turbo. Interesting. Claim some prizes here. Hey, that's not bad. Get the entry back and a few cards. Just for 2 wins. Alright, that deck felt like fine. I must admit, I was very excited about this one. It didn't quite live up to my expectations. Like, can we play Glaive and Gate Nexus? So, like, I feel like it's not too hard for decks to go over the top of this if they want. I've heard like Bug Midrange is a pretty rough matchup on this for this deck too, because they just go bigger than you. I could like very easily imagine that being the case, and we saw like how Esper Control just went bigger than us really easily. I get that this is like very good against aggressive decks because of Bell-Haunt and like Hostage Taker too. But you just want to play against other creature decks, yeah. If you're playing against decks that Deputy and Hostage Taker aren't good against, then your deck isn't good in the matchup, it feels like. For sure. Red with the Bell-Haunts. Bell-Haunt seems absurd against red. For sure. I definitely agree with that one. People win a lot of games playing Thief on 3 and it doesn't die. That never really happened to us, Bobbin. I actually felt like I had to board out Thief a lot because, like, decks just always kept in so much removal for it. Yeah, that would be my expectation too, Docomoy. That games would go exactly that way. Yeah, it seems hard to me on paper. I've not like played the matchup, but it seems really hard to me on paper. You only board out Thief. We boarded it out versus the Is It deck too. Because it seemed like the only card that was like explicitly bad against Shock. And like they were boarding in fiery cannonades against us too. That made it feel really awkward. Thief is a card I really want to be good. I love Nightveil Spectre. It's like kind of similar, right? Wouldn't you rather have Teferi than Karn in this deck? I'd kind of rather have both, but I think Karn is decent. I know one of my teammates is playing this deck at the moment and is playing Teferi instead of Lyra, so could turn this into a Turbo Surveil deck. I'm not sure what the upsides to Turbo Surveil are. That's the problem. Like, cards like Spybug and stuff just don't seem powerful enough. Anyway, I'm gonna medium on this, but we've only had a few games of it. Let's grab a different deck.